Hello and welcome to the Nashville Daily podcast. I'm Stuart Deming.
And I'm Greg, the Google guy.
Today we're talking about the most Googled reviewed attraction in the city of Nashville.
We'll talk about that and more on the Nashville Daily podcast.
Hey everybody, we are talking about the most Googled reviewed attraction in the city of Nashville. Greg, your banner is back. I'm excited to have you again for day 2 of Google reviews and what's happening in the Google world. But before we get to that, this episode is brought to you by thinkbrad.com. You can contact him by calling him 615-856-3270. Over the next few winter months, he's covering part of the closing costs. So if you're trying to sell your house or buy a house, you need to contact Brad. You can visit his website at thinkbrad.com, and you can also follow him on Instagram at Brad_Reynolds_Nashville.
And in order to enter, subscribe to at ThinkBrad on YouTube, subscribe to at Nashville Daily Podcast on YouTube, and explore.nash.
And you also have to text Brad to be able to enter into this giveaway. But that is a fantastic giveaway, especially going into the new year if you're trying to get rid of a home or get into a home. So contact Brad, 615-856-3270. So now let's talk about the most reviewed Google attraction in the city of Nashville, coming in with a whopping 27,630 reviews. This is a 4.5 attraction out of 5 stars. So 4.5 stars out of 5.
Yep.
And this is the Gaylord Opryland Resort and Convention Center. So this is a nice little summary coming from Google. Greg, you are the Google guy, so give me a little bit more information about this.
Oh man, I can do that. Listen, I'm just going to hop straight into some reviews.
Okay, let me before we get to this, let's throw that back up. So we have 73% 5-star reviews. We have 17% 4-star reviews. We have 3-star reviews at 5%, 2% for 2-star reviews. That's actually like they're wearing tutus. And then we have 3% for 1-star reviews.
Yeah. The rates of 5-star reviews on this place, in relation to how many actual reviews there are, it's a whopping number. I mean, that's pretty massive for 5-star and 4-star reviews. So.
Well, what's crazy, we'll throw this back up again, reviews on other travel sites. So if you were to go through Marriott.com and book at the Gaylord, it has over 48,000 reviews. Priceline has 2,566. Zen Hotels, just 1 review, which is super interesting. But the Gaylord ranks it, or the Marriott website ranks it 4.1 out of 5. So Google is giving it a bigger increase with the 4.5 stars out of 5.
That's what we do, Stuart, over here at Google.
Yeah. And then let's show some of the positives real quick. People often mention that nature is good, family is good, couples is good. And then the parking situation at the Gaylord is a thumbs down. We will talk more about that here in a few minutes. But Greg, let's get into it. I want some of your insights on the Gaylord Opryland Resort and Convention Center.
Well, the Opryland, actually, I never got to visit when it was a theme park, right?
Yeah, back in the 90s.
Do you know when that closed?
97.
Okay.
Yeah, around that day.
Yeah, but they, and if you fast forward before hopping in on it, if you fast forward to 2010, that place flooded with the Nashville floods really badly.
Yep, and the Grand Ole Opry also flooded in the 70s as well. And I
didn't know that.
Yeah, I think the Gaylord.
I should Google
it was built there, but yeah, we'll have to Google that sometime.
You got it. Yeah, so Opryland, incredible place, incredible hotel. Just a few years ago, they added a water park inside.
So it's called Sound Waves.
Yep.
There's been a lot of controversy behind that. The city of Nashville gave a certain amount of money to be used for the building and operating of Sound Waves. And I think they changed the policy maybe a year ago. Comment below if they actually are enforcing this policy still. But you can't just buy tickets. You actually have to have a hotel room now to buy tickets because the park was so busy inside of this resort.
Yeah. Yeah, and hopping in on Opryland as a whole, what's really neat about it is it's 10 or 12 minutes from downtown Nashville.
Oh yeah,
and then,
especially with no traffic. Yep.
Yeah, and then you've got right next door, you've got Opry Mills Mall.
Yep.
Tons of restaurants, tons of shopping.
You have the Grand Ole Opry. You have the entrance to the General Jackson. You have Paula Dean's new restaurants, the Olive Garden, or Olive Garden's opening over there.
Yeah, yeah. And you mentioned the Grand Ole Opry. I mean, people come from all over the country and world to stay at the Opryland, see a show at the Grand Ole Opry, take it in. They really don't have to leave, But I would like to talk since it's the Christmas season. Mm-hmm. I'd like to talk about those lights.
Yeah, so they I can't remember the exact number. I think it's over 1 million Christmas lights or 2 million Christmas lights, and it's fully decorated for Christmas. It is a beautiful time, and that's happening, I believe, until the New Year, or maybe a few days after the New Year. But what's been your experience seeing and walking through and seeing those beautiful Christmas lights?
Well, the first thing I do when I walk in there, other than, get on Google and check out where I need to go and the best views from inside there, is I grab some of those, what are the nuts? You know what I'm talking about?
The roasted nuts,
pecans and pralines and all that good stuff. But when you walk in, you can grab some nuts and walk around this place.
Yeah.
It's packed, though.
It's so busy.
It's insanely packed. No matter what time I've gone over the last few years, it's been really busy, but man, you can get lost in that place.
Oh yeah. They have 3 atriums that have vegetation. They have the waterfalls. They have the
little lazy river.
The river. And then what's really cool about that river is water from all the rivers around the world are in that river in the Gaylord, which is a super unique and cool hidden gem of the Gaylord, which that's a great video series I think we should probably produce for Explore.Nash's YouTube channel. Yeah. But what's really fascinating about the lights is it's just a stunning time. On the weekends, they do have a restriction right now because the hotel is so busy. The other day, I went to the mall by accident on a Sunday, the Sunday before Christmas, and it took 35 minutes to park at the mall, and I was like, oh, yeah, I booked these movie tickets 6 months ago, and I didn't think anything about Christmas traffic at Opry Mills, and it was terrible. But there's so many people trying to get into the resort. It was crazy, but they have this limitation now. I believe it's after 2 p.m., and I think it's Fridays, Saturdays, and possibly Sundays. After 2 p.m., you have to be a guest of the hotel to come in and actually see the Christmas lights or have a reservation at ICE or one of the restaurants inside because they were getting so busy. An insider's tip for parking, it's best to park over at the mall and then walk over. But according to somebody I was talking to, they had security enforcing people at the ICE location from going into the hotel if you did not have a guest pass or tickets to ICE or one of the restaurants.
Gotcha.
So they're stopping people there. Let's read some of these reviews real quick. And, this is what you're really here for, Greg, is to read these reviews.
Yeah, let's just start at the top. I know all of these people. I remember all of these reviews.
Okay.
But let's just start at the top here, and I'll just start reading.
Okay.
This comes from a guy named Paul Cunningham. Remember to use hotelbali.com.
That doesn't sound good.
Like Bollywood?
Yeah, like Bali. Yeah.
Wait, this is in Nashville, not India.
Yeah.
Okay. Anyway. Oh, wait a minute. I remember this guy. I mean, I'm glad he gave it a 5 out of 5, but this is totally a bot, Stuart.
But the review goes on. This site will compare hundreds of booking websites and normally have the prices a lot cheaper compared to others. You're welcome. Yeah. This hotel is one of the highest rated in the area, and I've been staying here for a very long time. If you stay for a few days, you definitely won't regret it. Great place. My church goes here for an event called Lads to Leaders. It's always so fun walking around and exploring the place yearly. Maybe at the beginning it's a bot. Maybe he's getting paid for that, but it turns into a very long review. This episode of Nashville Daily is in part brought to you by Blessed Day Coffee out of somewhere in North Nashville, Hendersonville, I believe. You can use the code EXPLORE20 to take 20% off your order today at blesseddaycoffee.com. Greg, what are some of the reviews coming in from Google?
Oh, man, I just remember Hunter's review on Blessed Day Coffee Roasters. It really stuck out to me. I'm just going to read that first sentence. Thank you, Hunter. Here we go. I'll start with the coffee because that's probably of greatest interest to most. You would be correct. It is fantastic.
It is.
And at a fair price.
Mm-hmm. All right. That's all we need to see from Greg. So thank you, Blessed Day, for sponsoring this episode.
Thank you.
Let's read a few more reviews.
I like Connie's.
Connie's?
She's sweet.
All right, go ahead and read.
Let me read this one. All right, she gives it a 5 out of 5, which is pretty standard. What was it, 75% roughly?
Yeah, 75%, 5 out of 5.
All right, she says, very huge and beautiful. They have plants and trees from all over the world, and it's just gorgeous. A huge selection of shopping and restaurants. I saw many families there, and they have activities for the children. They decorate for every holiday and season, which is true. They do every season, every holiday. It's pretty grandiose. I like it. Anyways, very comfortable beds and rooms if you're staying the night. The fountain show
Yes.
is very beautiful at night.
That's what it's one of the best things at the Gaylord is the fountain show.
It is, yeah. They have an inside river with a boat to take you throughout to see the beautiful scenery. It is a little pricey, but it's well worth it. Thank you, Connie. I miss you. If you're hearing this right now, reach out.
Yeah, the interesting thing about parking at the Gaylord is it's very expensive. You do have the resort fees, you do have the parking fee, overnight parking fees, and so that's an add-on that a lot of people may not be anticipating when they come stay at the Gaylord. Let's read one more review, and then
You pick this one, Stuart.
we'll pick this one. All right, Brad guy. Wow, it's a long review.
What if we do one that's like more mediocre and just see if we can argue them?
like this 3.5.
Yeah, Marcus.
Marcus.
Yeah. All right.
All right, so this is definitely one. This is definitely one, if not the best place to stay if looking for a special experience. We live in Nashville and still consider it a treat to come here. We stay in the Cascades, which is one of the atriums, and it also has a lobby, and it is beautiful. Keep your patio door open at night and enjoy the sounds of the waterfalls.
Brilliant.
Or crazy kids screaming. Of course, everything is super expensive, but that is part of the trip. Try the Cascades burger at the Cascades restaurant. It is amazing. I have not had it. All right, so
asterisk.
You go ahead and read this portion of it.
You got it. Here's the asterisk. Here's the side note. The one bad note I would leave is that none of the vending machines in our area worked. Yeah, work. And after 10 o'clock, you can't purchase sodas and drinks. The front desk literally told me there was nothing they could do besides give us water. I just think for the amount of money you pay, they could have a way for you to get a beverage at any time of the day.
Interesting.
I mean, I can't.
I'm also not buying soda at all because I'm not drinking soda. But
Yeah.
okay.
Right. I mean,
I don't
cool.
know. I don't know if we
We'll
have
just leave
anything
it at that.
I don't know if we have anything to really say about
like,
that.
I'm not really going to argue with him there.
Just run to Dollar General down the street or Kroger.
Yeah.
It's not that, especially if you live in
DoorDash.
Nashville. DoorDash. Just get it delivered. Okay. So that is the Gaylord Opryland Resort and Convention Center.
Highly recommend it,
highly
especially
recommend
this
it.
time of year.
It's one of the best attractions and most Googled reviewed attraction in the city of Nashville.
Yeah.
It's a great place to stay. It's a great place to bring your family. One of my favorite things about the Gaylord is going there and working for the day. The sounds of the waterfalls, getting a coffee, sitting at the table. The sounds of the waterfalls are amazing. So comment below what's your favorite and best memory at the Gaylord Opryland Hotel Resort and Convention Center. It's a long name, I know.
Go check it out.
Thank you for listening to Nashville Daily.
To learn more about today's episode, visit NashvilleDailyPodcast.com. And to stay connected, head to our Discord and you can find the link at NashvilleDailyPodcast.com/connect. Nashville Daily is now offering tours. If you would like to take a tour of downtown Nashville, head to the link in the show notes or find out more details at NashvilleDailyPodcast.com.
Nashville Daily Podcast is an Explore.Nash production, copyright 2022.